All women feel it when you master this. You know the feeling. You try hard. You stay loyal. You respond fast. You give attention. You explain yourself clearly. And still, something feels off. She pulls back. Energy changes, interest fades. Meanwhile, another man barely tries, and yet he is the one she thinks about. You've seen it, you've experienced it, you've questioned yourself. You wonder, what am I missing? The answer is not more effort. The answer is control. This video will confront you. It will expose your patterns. And if you apply it, it will change how you move forever. If you are ready to stop chasing and start becoming grounded, comment "Unstoppable" right now. Stay until the end. This will shift something inside you. Modern relationships confuse men. You are told to express everything. You are told to open up instantly. You are told to pursue aggressively. But every time you lean forward too much, the energy shifts. You start checking your phone. You reread messages. You analyze tone. You wonder if you said too much. That anxiety is not attractive. It signals that your emotional state depends on someone else. Stoic discipline teaches something different. Control what you can control. Release what you cannot. When you master yourself, your presence changes. People feel it, especially women. Now we break it down. Number 1, he is not easily moved. Not being easily moved means your emotional center remains steady regardless of fluctuating attention. And you know how fragile it feels when your entire mood depends on how someone responds. Because one warm interaction lifts you, and one cold shift deflates you, and that volatility drains your energy. Strength begins when your day has structure before any interaction happens. When your routine exists independent of plans. When your goals demand execution regardless of messages. Imagine waking up with defined priorities, completing a demanding workout, finishing focused work, and only then engaging socially. And because your progress is tangible, your confidence does not depend on conversation. Many men become easily moved because they lack direction. And without direction, the mind searches for attachment, and that attachment becomes emotional dependence. Controversial truth. If a canceled plan ruins your entire evening, the issue is not the cancellation, it is lack of depth in your schedule. Depth fixes this. You create non-negotiables, 3 daily tasks that move your life forward, and you complete them regardless of social variables. You reduce unnecessary phone checks. You limit distractions. You stop refreshing apps every few minutes, and this digital discipline strengthens emotional discipline. Not easily moved also means you do not rush to fix tension. You allow space to breathe. You allow patterns to reveal themselves over time, and you refuse to chase clarity prematurely. In present tense, you notice the urge to seek reassurance, and instead you redirect energy into something measurable. You build, you train, you study, and gradually your identity shifts from someone seeking attention to someone executing vision. People sense steadiness. They feel when someone's mood does not swing wildly, and that steadiness communicates maturity. You neither overreact to praise nor collapse under distance. You maintain equilibrium, and equilibrium commands respect. This does not mean indifference, it means alignment. You care without clinging, you invest without collapsing, and you detach without bitterness. Over time, your reactions slow down, your responses sharpen, and your emotional balance becomes visible in your presence. Not easily moved is not about being cold, it is about being centered. And when you are centered, you operate from clarity instead of craving. That clarity changes decisions, conversations, and boundaries because you no longer act from fear of loss, but from commitment to direction. And when your life has forward motion, temporary fluctuations lose power over you because your foundation is built on progress, not approval. Number 2, he controls himself. Self-control is the foundation of everything, because without it, you are at the mercy of your impulses, and you know how that feels. Your mood shifts based on a message. Your confidence rises with attention and drops with distance. Your mind races when energy changes, and in those moments you react not from clarity, but from urgency. Control begins when you recognize that most of your emotional pain is self-created through interpretation rather than reality, because a delayed response becomes rejection in your mind, a short message becomes loss of interest, and silence becomes abandonment. And before you know it, you are drafting paragraphs, over-explaining your intentions, trying to secure something that has not even been threatened. The disciplined man pauses, and that pause is power, because in that space between feeling and action, you decide who leads, your impulse or your principle. Imagine reading a message that triggers uncertainty, and instead of responding instantly, you close the app, stand up, breathe slowly, and redirect your focus to something productive. And by the time you return, the emotional spike has softened, your response is measured, and you speak from balance instead of fear. This is trained daily, through finishing workouts when tired, through waking up without negotiation, through completing work without distraction, because each act strengthens your ability to override impulse. You begin implementing rules that protect you from yourself. No emotional conversations after 9 p.m., no second messages when the first is unanswered, no confrontations in moments of anger, and these rules build consistency. Controversial truth. Most men sabotage attraction not through lack of value, but through lack of regulation. They speak too much, react too quickly, chase reassurance too soon, and every emotional overreaction communicates instability. Stability is rare, and rarity carries weight. In present tense, you breathe before responding. You wait before reacting. You observe patterns instead of single moments. You journal instead of venting impulsively. And you notice that many problems dissolve when not fed immediate energy. You realize that control is not suppression. It is mastery of timing. You still feel disappointment, but you choose when and how to express it, and that choice separates maturity from reactivity. As this discipline strengthens, your posture shifts, your tone slows, your decisions sharpen, and people sense that you are not easily thrown off balance. Self-control transforms more than dating. It strengthens finances because you resist unnecessary spending, strengthens health because you resist comfort-based habits, strengthens communication because you think before speaking. The deeper shift is identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone who reacts to circumstances and start seeing yourself as someone who directs them, and that identity builds confidence rooted in evidence. When you control yourself, you stop chasing emotional relief and start building long-term stability, and that stability changes how others experience you because you are no longer seeking reassurance. You are anchored internally. Once this foundation is built, everything else becomes easier, because a man who controls himself is a man who cannot be easily manipulated, destabilized, or shaken, and that composure becomes your silent advantage. Number 3, he has direction. Direction separates the man who chases attention from the man who attracts respect, because without direction, your mind drifts toward whoever gives you the strongest emotional stimulation, and when that stimulation fluctuates, you feel unstable. But when you have a clear path, your focus shifts from seeking validation to executing vision, and that shift alone changes your energy. You know how restless it feels to wake up and check your phone before checking your goals, to measure your mood based on replies instead of progress. And that habit reveals misplaced priority, because when connection becomes your primary focus, growth slows and insecurity grows. Direction fixes this by giving your day's structure and your mind a target. You define a 5-year vision in measurable terms: income, physical strength, skills, environment, lifestyle, and once defined, you reverse engineer it into yearly milestones, monthly targets, weekly actions, and daily execution. When your mornings begin with training, deep work, and focused effort instead of scrolling, you generate internal momentum that does not depend on anyone's attention. Controversial truth. Many men overinvest emotionally because they underinvest in themselves, and when self-investment increases, emotional dependency decreases automatically. Direction builds patience because you understand that real growth compounds slowly, so you stop rushing conversations, stop forcing clarity, stop clinging to immediate reassurance, and instead evaluate alignment over time. Imagine finishing a productive day where you trained your body, improved your skills, moved closer to financial goals, and then receiving a delayed message. The emotional impact is smaller because your identity is tied to execution, not reaction. In present tense, you protect your schedule, you track progress weekly, you remove distractions aggressively, you limit low-value entertainment, you surround yourself with disciplined individuals, and this consistency builds a quiet confidence that does not need announcement. Direction also sharpens standards because when you are building something meaningful, you become selective with access. You value consistency over intensity, long-term alignment over short-term excitement. You stop dropping priorities for attention because your mission matters more than momentary validation. Actionable steps begin now. Write your long-term vision tonight. Break it into quarterly outcomes, schedule weekly reviews, measure tangible progress, and cut one major distraction immediately. Direction transforms rejection into redirection, because when something ends, you recalibrate instead of collapse. Your path continues forward. The deeper truth is that purpose organizes thought. Organized thought stabilizes emotion, and stabilized emotion changes presence. Once you anchor your identity in progress, you stop asking where you stand because you know exactly where you are going. And that certainty reshapes how you move through every interaction, because you are no longer searching for purpose in someone else. You are building it within yourself, and that internal construction becomes visible without explanation. Number 4, he speaks with purpose. Purposeful speech changes perception because most people speak to fill space or seek approval, and you recognize the habit of sending long explanations to avoid misunderstanding, of clarifying repeatedly to secure connection, of oversharing to create closeness quickly. Yet oversharing often reduces intrigue, and over-explaining weakens authority. Purposeful speech begins with internal certainty. When you know your values and direction, you do not feel compelled to persuade or impress. You answer directly and stop. You allow your words to land without chasing validation. Imagine being asked about your intentions and responding in one calm sentence that reflects clarity rather than delivering a long emotional justification. Brevity signals confidence, while rambling signals doubt. Many men reduce their presence by talking too much, apologizing for preferences, softening boundaries excessively, or filling every pause with nervous energy. Discipline in speech means pausing before responding, cutting unnecessary details, removing emotional exaggeration, and speaking at a measured pace. You practice shortening texts, eliminating follow-up clarifications unless necessary, and maintaining steady eye contact while speaking slowly. This pacing reflects internal control. Purposeful speech also means you do not debate endlessly to prove a point. You state your perspective once calmly and let it stand, because constant defense reveals insecurity. You reveal personal depth gradually rather than unloading your entire history at once, allowing trust to build naturally over time. In present tense, you reduce filler language, speak clearly without rushing, and resist the urge to over-validate constantly. Actionable training begins immediately. Record your voice and analyze speed and tone. Practice answering questions concisely. Rehearse boundaries in simple sentences so you can deliver them calmly. Purposeful speech extends to handling teasing or disagreement. You respond with composure rather than defensiveness. You accept compliments without overreacting, and you address concerns directly without emotional escalation. Controversial truth. Constant reassurance weakens tension, while measured affirmation balanced with standards maintains respect. When your words match your discipline, your presence strengthens because people sense that you are not speaking from fear of loss, but from clarity of identity. Over time, conversations shift. Others listen more closely, ask more questions, and lean in because your communication carries weight rather than noise. Purposeful speech is not about silence, it is about intention, and intention transforms how others interpret you. As this habit solidifies, you become harder to destabilize verbally. Your tone remains steady during tension. Your boundaries remain intact during pressure, and your identity becomes consistent across environments. Once your words are aligned with your values and delivered without urgency, your presence feels grounded, and grounded communication commands respect without demanding it. Number 5, he walks away calmly. Walking away calmly is the test of everything you have built so far, because it exposes whether your discipline is real or just performance. And you know how difficult it feels when you sense misalignment, yet hesitate to act because you fear loss. You fear starting over. You fear that better will not come. And in that hesitation, you tolerate patterns that quietly reduce your self-respect. Calm detachment begins with clarity. You define what you accept and what you do not accept before emotion clouds judgment. You identify repeated inconsistency, lack of effort, disrespectful tone, broken commitments, and you decide internally that these are not negotiable long-term. Most people react emotionally when disappointed. They argue, they over-explain, they attempt to persuade someone to treat them better. But persuasion without alignment drains energy and lowers position. The disciplined response is observation first, communication once, and adjustment if behavior remains unchanged. Imagine noticing repeated last-minute cancellations. Instead of delivering a frustrated lecture, you calmly say you value reliability, and then you watch actions over time. If nothing improves, you reduce investment proportionally. You stop initiating. You redirect attention into your priorities, and you do so without resentment because your focus is alignment, not control. Controversial truth. Many men confuse endurance with strength, but enduring misalignment weakens confidence while enforcing standards, strengthens identity. Walking away calmly does not require anger. It requires self-trust. And self-trust grows from daily discipline in other areas of life. When your body is stronger, your finances improving, your skills expanding, and your schedule full, you no longer feel trapped by one connection because your world is larger than that connection. In present tense, you observe patterns over weeks, not hours. You resist the urge to demand constant reassurance. You refuse to chase closure that is not offered, and you accept incomplete endings without spiraling. This acceptance builds resilience because you prove to yourself that you can survive distance without collapsing. Calm detachment also protects your time. Instead of spending months trying to fix what shows consistent misalignment, you conserve energy for growth. Actionable steps begin immediately. Write down 3 standards that are essential for you. Communicate them clearly when needed. Track whether behavior aligns over time, and if it does not, adjust your availability accordingly. You remind yourself that standards without enforcement are just preferences. As you practice this, your tone becomes steadier, your posture firmer, your decisions sharper because you are no longer negotiating your worth for attention. The deeper transformation is internal. You stop fearing loss because you realize that losing misalignment creates space for alignment, and that perspective eliminates desperation. Walking away calmly is not about proving a point. It is about protecting your direction. And when you consistently choose alignment over attachment, your life becomes more stable because you are no longer compromising principles for temporary comfort. Over time, this builds a reputation of quiet strength. People sense that you do not cling, that you invest thoughtfully, that you withdraw respectfully when necessary, and that composure commands respect without confrontation. Once this mindset becomes natural, you engage freely without fear because you know that if something does not align, you have the discipline to step back without drama. And that confidence transforms how you move in every interaction. Number 6, he remains grounded. Remaining grounded is the culmination of control, direction, purposeful speech, and calm detachment. Because without grounding, those traits feel mechanical. But when grounded, they merge into a presence that is steady and unmistakable. Grounding means your internal state is stable before any interaction begins. Your breathing is controlled, your posture relaxed yet firm, your pace deliberate, your thoughts organized. You do not rush to speak. You do not rush to react. You do not rush to prove, because urgency often signals insecurity while steadiness signals confidence. Imagine entering a room and observing first, taking in details without scanning for approval, speaking when necessary rather than compulsively, listening fully before responding, and maintaining a consistent tone even if tension appears. This composure cannot be faked because it is built through repetition outside social environments. You cultivate it through structured mornings, disciplined workouts, focused work sessions, limited distractions, regular reflection, and intentional stillness practice. 10 minutes of controlled breathing daily strengthens awareness of your reactions. Reviewing your behavior weekly sharpens self-correction, pushing through physical discomfort, builds tolerance for emotional discomfort. Controversial truth: many people attempt to project confidence without building the habits that sustain it, and projection collapses under pressure while discipline-backed presence holds firm. Grounded men are not immune to emotion. They simply process it internally before expressing it externally. When confronted, they respond with clarity, not escalation. When praised, they accept calmly without inflation. When challenged, they evaluate without defensiveness. In present tense, you slow your movement slightly. You maintain eye contact comfortably. You keep your voice steady. And these small adjustments reinforce internal order. Grounding also means detaching from ego-driven validation. You do not need constant recognition because your progress provides confirmation. Actionable practice begins now. Set consistent sleep times. Train your body intensely 3 to 5 times weekly. Schedule daily focused work blocks. Reduce unnecessary digital noise. and create a weekly reflection ritual to review decisions and reactions. Over months, this repetition builds a nervous calm that others feel even if they cannot articulate it. You stop chasing emotional highs because you value equilibrium. You stop fearing lows because you trust resilience built through effort. Grounding transforms interpretation. A delayed message becomes neutral data. A disagreement becomes dialogue, not threat. A canceled plan becomes extra time for progress. This reframing preserves mental energy. When your internal environment is organized, your external presence becomes stable, and stability commands respect because it is rare. Imagine 1 year from now looking back at a version of yourself who reacted less, built more, spoke with intention, enforced standards calmly, and pursued direction daily. That version stands stronger not because of arrogance, but because of earned self-trust. Remaining grounded is not about detachment from feeling. It is about alignment with principle. And when principle guides behavior, your identity solidifies. Once solidified, you move without seeking approval, invest without fear, withdraw without bitterness, and engage without desperation. This grounded state changes how others respond because people gravitate toward steadiness in a chaotic world. Ultimately, grounding is self-mastery expressed physically, emotionally, and verbally. And when you master yourself, you no longer attempt to force outcomes. Alignment unfolds more naturally because your presence reflects discipline rather than need. That is the power of remaining grounded. It reshapes how you see yourself, how you see others, and how you move through life. And once you experience that stability, you will never want to return to reactive living because the calm strength you build becomes your new baseline. And that baseline transforms everything. You are not lacking charm. You are lacking discipline. Modern dating exposes weak emotional control quickly. But when you master yourself, the dynamic flips. You stop reacting. You stop over-investing. You stop shrinking. You become stable. And stability is rare. And if you're ready for something deeper, if you want an ebook that breaks down bad boy psychology, playboy psychology step by step, that teaches you how to live this energy in every conversation, every room, every moment, then comment "Level Up" below. If you made it to the end of this video, comment "Unstoppable." I want to see who finishes what they start. Like this video and subscribe to support the channel. When you support this channel, you help spread these insights to men who are stuck repeating the same cycles. Growth is a decision. Discipline is daily. Stay grounded. I'll see you in the next one.